Good to see you again after many years, Asimo.
Same here, Mensa. Seems like we have not seen in decades.
Your hairline seems to be going to bed too early. Perhaps it operates on a different time zone.
You still have this bad mouth, Mensa. At least it is better than having a big pot belly like yours. The players in my football academy in Kumasi will be glad to have your belly as an extra ball, you know?
Oh, shut up. That reminds me. How is the football academy?
Well, it has not been too fine.
How do you mean?
I have spent a lot of money on it, but I have had just very little returns.
How is that possible? I know a handful of players that your academy trained who now play for decent European clubs. Do you mean that your academy did not get any payment in respect of those players?
The fact is, it was only in respect of few of them that we got paid. As regards many others, they joined other academies and clubs in Ghana before moving abroad. As such, we could not demand payments.
Wow. You have been ignorant. Don't you know about FIFA's training compensation and solidarity mechanism schemes?
I have heard about them a few times, but I don't know what they really entail.
Alright then. In respect of training compensation, FIFA's regulation states that all affiliated clubs any footballer played at any time between the season of his 12th birthday and the season of his 21st birthday are entitled to training compensation.
This is interesting.
If any player has played at your club between age 12 and 21, your club would be entitled to compensation in two circumstances. 1. When another club registers the player as a professional for the first time. 2. Whenever a professional player moves from a club in one country to a club in another country. It would not matter that the transfer of the player was from another club in Ghana to a foreign club. Your club would still be entitled. However, training compensation can only be triggered if any of those two circumstances arise before the end of the season that the player turned 23. For instance, if the player signs his first professional contract or moves from a club in one country to a club in another country after the season of his 23rd birthday, training compensation will not be due.
Wow. It means my academy has been losing a lot of money we are entitled to.
No bro, the clubs abroad have been keeping the money for you. On a serious note, it's not just your academy that has been losing out. A report of FIFA estimates that training clubs have lost training compensations of about $234.6 million between 2011 and 2018.
That is a lot of money.
I agree.
Meanwhile, how about solidarity mechanism?
As regards solidarity mechanism, whenever a professional player is transferred from one club to another at any time during the course of his contract, 5% of the transfer fee is deducted and distributed among clubs that trained the player between the season of his 12th birthday to the season of his 23rd birthday. Unlike training compensation, solidarity mechanism contribution is due even if the transfer takes place after the player's 23rd birthday season. This is notwithstanding any training compensation that may already be due. This means that your club can be entitled to both training compensation and solidarity mechanism contribution at the same time, in some circumstances. In view of all these, I advise that your academy tracks the movement of its former players, so as to demand for the payment of training compensation and solidarity mechanism, where due.
Thank you, Mensa. I will contact your office soon. Looks like we need to squeeze some clubs.
Don't mention Asimo. Let's finish up our drinks.